Okay, so this is a 1999 Chrysler Grand Voyager. Got a bit of an issue, and apparently I'm not alone with this issue. Basically, get in the car, unlock, alarm set light, no crank. Turn in the key, no crank. Tried everything that I've managed to find from other people on forums, different group chats online, suggesting pressing buttons, doing this, that and the other, resetting the cluster, trying to find error codes on the cluster. Gave up doing that, called the RAC to try and get a home start. Guy was here for 4 hours, he couldn't do anything about it. Just found a video by an American YouTube poster, and basically he's stripped down the whole dash, taken the cluster out, and with all the wires and everything dangling out, the car seems to start fine. So it's something in this that could be causing the problem. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and strip this down, find where all the screws are in the panels, strip it down. I'll make some little videos as I go along and try and do like a step-by-step of what I'm trying to do. Apparently there's some, from what I've managed to find out, there's some soldering points on the circuit board in there that may well have dried out and have cracked, because Chrysler used cheap materials. Surprise! So that's what we're going to try and do, and if it works then I'll obviously post this video up onto YouTube, because it might help someone else, because I know there are a few of these cars still around. They're brilliant cars when they're working. So yeah, I'll get to it, find some screws, take some panels off, and I'll get back to you in just a second. Okay, so this is the panel underneath the steering column here, and I found the first point you're going to need a short screwdriver. They're all just plain Phillips, so we're going to start taking this to bits. There's 3 screws, one there and then 2 underneath here, one there, one on the left and one on the right there. Difficult to do this while videoing, so I'll take this panel off and then we'll see where we're at next. The panel popped out quite easy. You'd undo the screw at the side, put it underneath, and then kind of pull it up towards you, and it pops out of these little holes here. It's just held in by little metal brackets, little clips. What I found is there's a few more screws that I need to take out. All still number 2 Phillips. Nice and simple. I'm going to start by taking out the side vent. It's just 1 screw that I can see there holding that one in, and then there's 2 screws holding this panel above the steering column. I'll take that one out and see where we're at then. Yeah, I must apologise for the really bright light. It's a really sunny day today. And the door too might help a little bit. Yeah, so this panel that sits underneath the speedo cluster there, found that lowering the steering column, there's a little lever, this one, just pull that and then lower the steering column, and then that one pops out fairly easily. But of course there's a little light there, which is that annoying little red flashing light that doesn't seem to do anything. If you've got one of these guys, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I'm going to unplug that, pull that bit out, and then have another explore, see what I need to do next. No, there's a second screw just down here. I'm going to force this. It doesn't seem to want to. I've undone the screws. There's a little slot here. So yeah, you can see that. Tried slotting a flathead screwdriver in there to see if it does seem to want to prise up, but the thing is I don't want to put any undue force on this, or unnecessary force, because this plastic is this horrible. It snaps so easy. In fact, that That bit's already broken and I've not put any pressure on it. So I'm going to leave that for a minute. It might not have to come off, and I'm going to tackle this main piece of plastic, see if I can get this out. I don't really want it to start taking the centre console out and all that crap, but I might need to. Anyway, back in a moment. Proving a bit more complicated. Screw it in here and here, taking the, oops, you can't see that. So both sides, taking those out, little screw at the top here, taking that out, and it seems like it's all come loose across the top. This is well stuck in, so I'm going to have to do some exploration and find out where it's fixed at this end. It might just pop out, but because I've got all this gubbins in here, I might have to take this crap out too. Oh no, never mind. Sip of herbal tea. I know it's a caffeine thing. It's best, I find, when stressful situations arise, like having to strip out the dashboard of your car. Avoid caffeine. See you in a moment. Bye. Okay, can't see any other screw points without taking this out, but it does kind of seem like it wants to pop out. But what's holding it in place now is your shift lever. Look, you can't pull this out any further, so it's not doing anything anyway. Ta-da! Now it'll come out. It's all complaining. Right. Right. I need two hands. Of course, cables, and they're kind of very tight. I'm going to have to unclip them, but getting them back in is going to be a challenge. Right. But that has to happen. Unless I can pop it out any other way. I'll keep going and then I'll let you know how I did it. So we're still dealing with this bit. I'm up against that. The issue of how much pressure can I actually put on this plastic before it just snaps. I don't really want to break it, but it's very well stuck in this corner. So we're going to pop this all out. Take this little panel off underneath here. Screws. Take this off, and then I'll see if I can't see inside there, see what's going on. Fun games. Right, a bit of huffing and puffing and struggling, managed to get these three cables unclipped. Thinking that might help. It does help free it up a bit. And at least now I can see I can get to this unit, this panel here, take this off, plug it back in, then screw it back together. I can probably work it that way around to reassemble, because it was very tight to get the fingers. You kind of have to reach through here and underneath, because very helpfully each one of these clips in a different way. Some you have to lift the lever, some you have to press down the lever, and that one I just pulled it hard. Go a bit of old school brute force and ignorance. It's one of these clips that was holding it in there. Basically, I tried to lever it over the steering wheel to see if I could see what was going in there before I popped that out, because to be honest, I've got two Phillips screwdrivers and a flathead screwdriver and a nice mallet down there. And I couldn't be bothered to go and get a socket set, so I thought I'd give it one last go, because it's just, you know, there's two 10mm heads on that need to come off. Glad I didn't bother. So brute force and ignorance, be prepared for a little bit of a struggle to get that part out. Right, now there's the bad boy. Turn the power off and we'll have a go at getting this out. Right, I'll report back in a moment. Okay, it's from what I can make out, 4 screws, 2 either side. I'm going to pop them out and see where we're at. I can't see anything at the top. It looks tight in there though. There might be two at the bottom. I'm hoping that, see, I don't know whether you can see those, there's two along the bottom there. I'm hoping I haven't got to get to them, because that would make it very tricky indeed. But we'll pop these four out and see where we're at. So that popped out fairly easy. It was just those four screws to release it, but now with all the gubbins of the car hanging out like some sort of damaged animal, oh, there you go, it worked. Just needed to, there's hazard lights going on, which is why I made this little bit, and the button wasn't doing anything. For some reason, where I've moved the steering column to get down, the housing must have caught on the button or something. Anyway, it's popped off now, so you can see this is all free and loose. Really well built there, Chrysler. Look at that. It looks like it's not far off cardboard at the back of this cluster unit. There is in here a cable that I'm going to have to somehow squeeze my fingers in. Definitely won't be able to do that while videoing, but there's a cable at the back in there. I'm going to have to try and jiggle this around, unplug that cable, and then I think it should just straight out. We said that about that bit as well. Well, we'll have a go. Back in a moment. Not quite as fiddly as you just have to work out through trial and error, I guess, how to pop that bit to here. Now that is this clip, so I'm going to put my hands in there. I can at least see it now. Get my hands in there, unclip this, and then this should hopefully squeeze a very tight fit. But we can do it. Well, after the struggle with the fascia over here, that came out surprisingly easily. Yeah, unclip that, pop straight off, and out comes this wonderful thing. Right, let's have a look. I'll take it inside and take it to bits, put it on a table. This is literally just, look, it's just cardboard. Quality stuff. Well, hopefully we'll take this indoors, take this piece of cardboard off, take out the circuit board, and have a look and see if I can't solve this problem. Back in a moment. Another cup of tea needed. Actually turned up, so yeah, it looks quite rusty in there. There have been a few issues with this car. There's a drain along the front here, and that channel there, there's a couple of pipes that run down either side through the wells either side, and they got blocked up, and the car was basically filling up with water for a little while. So maybe the water's caused this issue. Who knows? I mean, the electrics in this car is just, it's bizarre. Sometimes the windows work, sometimes it doesn't. So there's obviously some other issues. But anyway, what I wanted to try, just remember, because the video that made me strip down my car and turned it into this nice scrap heap on my drive, basically the guy pulled this unit out and then turned the key and the car started. I'm not expecting that to happen because the battery is quite flat, but I'm very interested to find out if it works. So, because then at least I might have identified where the problem is. I can't see how it will, but there we go. Alright, go through the motions. Unlock, key in the ignition, it's in park. No, alarm is still set, so obviously my issue is elsewhere. But at least now I've learnt how to strip down the bloody car. It's not cranking at all. It's just basically saying no. But we're going to take the cluster and have a look at it anyway. Oh dear. And so on it goes. Came out fairly easily, and I've had a good look along all of the solder, and I cannot see anything untoward. Been over it with a magnifying glass. Everything looks intact, so I don't think that this is my issue. However, on the phone, there you go. I couldn't see that with a magnifying glass, but with the help of a phone, see on that little group of solder points there, top left, there's a crack. So, well, there you go. And actually all around all of them there seems to be some drying out of the solder, which I couldn't see with a magnifying glass. Well, there you go, phones have their uses. So I'll get a soldering iron out, pop some solder on those and see what happens. Okay, so I've resoldered these pins. I don't know whether you'll be able to see it, but I think that crack is now gone. It's not the neatest bit of soldering you'll ever see, sorry about that. But I also went ahead and did these ones because they didn't look too good either. I think everything else is okay, so we'll put it back together. And hopefully that'll be it. We'll see. I'm going to have a closer look at these ones as well before I do. Okay, well, it went in surprisingly easily, so plugged it back in. Obviously there's a few wires and things that aren't attached, so whether that'll have any bearing on this I don't know, but we're going to try and see if it'll crank. The battery is pretty flat. Right, unlocked. And there you go. Wow. It starts. So guys, if you've had this issue, hopefully this video will help. I really hope it helps you out, because the RAC guy was here for 4 hours. He couldn't do anything about it. It's a strange effect. If you look on the oh, it's not doing. Oh yeah, look on the camera anyway. It looks like that's kind of flashing. It's not at all. It's just the lens. Well, there you go. Car starts. It's even got some petrol in it. Not sure why the speedo is reading 120 miles an hour. Oh, that might be an issue. There is a little reset thing I can do. I might have touched something I shouldn't have touched, or something's wrong somewhere. Yeah, honestly Gov, I'm not doing 120 miles an hour. I am stood still, but it started. And I'm chirping away now because I'm dead chuffed with myself for managing to get it to work. So I'll try and fix that 120 thing, and then I'll put this video together and post it up on YouTube, because I hope it can help someone. If it did help you, please let me know. If there's any comments you'd like to make, please leave them. I've never posted a video on YouTube before, so this is my first video onto YouTube. I know where I've been, right? Don't like social media, don't like Google, one of those people. Right, there you go, car starts. What a lovely noise they make too. Anyway, I shall look forward to seeing your comments. Thanks for watching. Bye now. Little tag at the end. Managed to reset the clock. All I had to do was from an off position with the key, press and hold both the trip and reset button together, and then turn the key to on, hold it for a few seconds, and then you get a code. It says code here, and then it goes through a system check and it chucks out any system errors or anything, and you watch the dials all going a bit crazy. I found a video of that on YouTube that just helped me fix that problem. It's dead quick, and we're back being stationary, no longer doing 120 miles an hour, and there's still petrol. Fantastic. Yeah, so I thought I'd add that on the end. So hopefully now I'll rebuild this thing and we're good to go. Bye now.